Hi everyone, I'm Bonita from Pennies to Dollars, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about frugal living, saving money, cutting expenses, and living our best life on less. Right now, I am decluttering my home from my RV in Texas. How am I doing that? I think we all have a lot more stuff in our homes than we have any idea that we have. Even if we've started decluttering and started going through things, it's just amazing how many things that we have. So when I came down in November and we brought the camper, I thought I had it pretty well stocked. But when I decided to come back in January, I started packing things and ended up with an entire carload of more stuff that I was bringing. And the way that I packed it is I intentionally packed it full of things that I would be made to use up, that I knew I had in the house, that would keep me from buying more. So that was a win-win. I could use things while I'm here, not repurchase them, which would be money in my pocket. A lot of us have half-used things around the house, and I am no exception to the rule. I have saved these bags that like medicine comes in, and I had categorized a bunch of stuff as I was decluttering. I separated it into like foundations, concealers, lipsticks, eyeshadows. And as I was packing, I thought, this is a really good opportunity for me to take a bunch of that half used makeup and use it up while I'm down there. And so that's what I did. I packed half used concealers, half used lipsticks that I haven't used in ages. And the funny thing is I've worn it in a few of my videos and I've gotten compliments on this half used lipstick that was never my favorite to begin with. And now it works for me and I'm using it. Also, half used eyeshadows. I have tons of little packets and samples of like wrinkle creams and all kinds of things like that because I have sold Avon since I was 17. And over that time, I've accumulated all kinds of samples, little bars of soap. Well, all of that is coming in super handy right now. And I have the time and the opportunity to experiment with those fun little packets that I've had for all these years, but I've never taken the time to use. It's like my own home makeover down here, getting to use up some of that stuff. And it's fun because I know that once I use it up, it is not going back into my house. I found more makeup remover wipes. I didn't even know I had those, and they were a little dried out, but I can put my makeup remover on them and still get use of them and use them up. So as I packed, I found more and more things that I thought I can use that up and not spend any money. I packed envelopes. I packed half-used notebooks from my kids from school. I had removed all of the used pages and I had notebooks that still had clean paper in there. Well, I used those to make my YouTube notes. So I packed those to use them while I'm here so that I can avoid buying more paper. I packed pens so that I wouldn't have to buy more of those. I packed half-used lotions and snacks. And then my husband and I went through the produce and we split those up, and I brought potatoes and oranges and apples and a lot of those things that I knew I would have to repurchase once I got here. It's also a really good way for me to help rotate my food that was at home. I brought cheeses So many of these things will really bite into your budget if you have to rebuy them. And I didn't want to duplicate a ton of stuff that I already had at home. I brought a third of a package of pretzels left from Christmas that my husband couldn't eat because he's gluten free. I brought crackers that were half opened for soups and crackers that were left from Christmas from having cheese and crackers. Those things are all available to me at my fingertips. I've already purchased them. And if I get hankering for some snacks, they're right here. I can get them used up, throw those packages away, and they won't go back home and they won't go to waste. In fact, I packed so many bits and bobs of things that I didn't know if I would even be able to move them all into the camper or if I would be living partially out of my car this whole time. And even if I did, that was okay with me because I knew those items were going to get used up and they weren't going to go back home with me. So getting all of that out of the house that time not only saved me money, but cleared out portions of things that have just been sitting there for months, even since I identified that I had these items and they needed used. I'm going to share with you some of the foods that I brought with me to save money. And I split a lot of these things with my husband because this will help us not only get some of these things used, but it will help rotate our stock. Many times we will pick things up on sale and we will stock items. And then it's tough to get them rotated or get them used, especially when there's two people living in the house, like in our case. And if I would have bought more, it would have been even more difficult or impossible to get some of that stuff used up and rotated timely. So by bringing it with me, that helps my rotation process. I know when I get home that the items there need used first, and I can replace items that I need with fresh purchases. So I filled jars with things like this is split peas. I have spices. I have all kinds of packages of dried beans. I have black beans. I have northern beans, lima beans. They're all dried. I have my own homemade taco seasoning. So I brought a bunch of this stuff because why repurchase what you already own, right? I brought extra things that I had of sugar. I purchased some stuff at home before I came because I knew it would be cheaper. Like I really like this salad dressing from Aldi, this ranch kind. It's really good. It's a good price. So I grabbed some stuff that we already had that needed used up or were extras and just brought it with me. Look at these great little packages of instant mashed potatoes. Yeah, they say reduced sodium. I got them on sale for 50 cents. All I'm gonna do is add salt. These are perfect for me. They're cheap, they're handy, they're convenient. I can cook for one person and I won't be tempted to go grab something quick because I brought some of those quick, easy things with me. These are soups that I bought from the Amish discount store when I was there. I brought oatmeal. I have a free macaroni and cheese back there that I was able to pick up before I left home. So lots of cheap, easy meals that I can throw together. And yes, ramen noodle is not my favorite and it's not the healthiest, but I can buy fresh fruits and vegetables down here and I can stir fry up some of these ramen with those fresh vegetables and make a really nice meal. I have a full cabinet of vegetables, spices, rice. In fact, I brought probably 2 pounds of rice for me to use while I'm here. I also bought coffees on clearance and filled them up when I could catch them on a good deal. And I have a drawer full of coffees that I can use while I'm here because it's getting harder and harder to find coffee at a good buy. And I brought lots of extra spices and cooking items that I can use here in the camper to bake. So let me know in the comments, are you having difficulty getting things used up in your house? Have you been able to focus on using those half packages of things that you have found since you've started decluttering? Or did you just go ahead and toss those? Being the frugal, cheap person that I am, I don't like to toss any half packages of anything. I want to use it up so that I don't have to spend money to buy a full package of something that I already have a half of a package of. And I'm finding this not only helpful to help declutter my home, but all of this is like money in the bank so that I can continue my frugal journey and continue to live each year, hopefully in the South, in a climate that I enjoy, and make my money go even further. So, as a low income, frugal person, using half packages of things first is always a really good idea to put money back into your pocket that you would normally spend. I'm seeing how long I can go without buying a bunch of extra stuff and just live off the stuff that I brought with me. I actually expect to save money and build my savings while I'm down here, even though I have two different residences going at the same time. By doing this, I think it is totally possible to leave here with more money in savings than when I left, even on a low income. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I thank you so much for joining me today. If this video has brought you value, please give me a thumbs up. I would love to have you on our page with the other wonderful frugal subscribers that we have for great conversation and comments. Have a great day.